Hey there, this is Christine Landl, and I am with my sister, my best friend, my business partner, Jennifer Ream, and we are so excited to be here on yet again another platform that we are creating and another chapter, another piece to our journey.
The Vibe Well Podcast. This is Jennifer Ream. So excited to be here with you guys. Our intention for this podcast is all about sharing our love for all things wellness, holistic wellness that is. And we are here to uplift, plant some seeds, and support you on your wellness journey. We've always loved being able to be out there with our community, sharing all the things that we learn. And as we grow and learn new things, we love to put them out there, and maybe they'll plant some seeds for you and help you along your journey. So here we are. Let's get started.
Hey, welcome back and Happy New Year again. Such a great time of year to be chatting about health and wellness and nutrition, of course, and fitness, and, taking advantage a little bit of the momentum that we might have to create some new healthy habits and crowd out some old. There's nothing wrong with the cliche version of New Year, New You. There's nothing wrong with wanting to make some changes. And so if you're feeling the inspiration and the motivation and the momentum to do it, go for it. More power to you. So all the reason why we want to talk about some of our favorite brands in the kitchen today and meal prepping and the importance of all of those things. So as you know, we are so passionate and have been for a really long time about food and what we're putting in our bodies, the sourcing of it, the ingredients. And I became a label reader and an ingredient reader back in
investigator.
Yeah. That did send us down a rabbit hole for the last 18 years. But when my son became allergic to a lot of foods as a baby, and so we started really change. It was a 360 for our foods and what we were eating. I mean, we had no idea. And so like many of you, we trusted what was put on our shelves, and we trusted what the government regulated and told us was safe to eat. And along the way, we have learned that they may not, or maybe with or without intention, have our best interest at heart. So, we've talked about it many times, and all you have to do is take a look around and see the difference in not only physical bodies, but also the chronic illness that we constantly see and hear about that has unfortunately become the norm to hear. And so a lot of this is our lifestyle created, and not to the fault of humans, and our society has created this for us. So we blindly trusted for a long time that because it was on the store shelf that it was okay. And, did you hear that?
That was scary.
I know. I wonder if everyone else could hear that. Something came across my voice. Sorry, I'm not possessed, even though it sounded like it.
Who is trying to interfere with this conversation?
So weird. So weird. We both looked over at Rich like, what's going on? He's like, I didn't hear it.
You can't hear it? You didn't hear it? No.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Sounded like a man for
Christine
a minute.
and I heard.
Too much testosterone, I guess. Oh. Like a man for
Christine
a minute.
And I heard.
Too much testosterone, I guess. Oh. There.
I'll just listen. For some reason, I didn't hear it, though. It sounded normal to me. So
Yeah?
No, there was something funky going
Yeah.
on.
Was there?
Yeah.
Can you guys all hear Rich? That's our behind the scenes guy. I think that's the first time
If you think we can do all this by ourselves, you're crazy.
That's right.
We literally just sit our butts down on the table, and Rich does it all.
He works the magic.
We just talk.
So where was I? Okay, so we were just talking about how so much of our society's health problems and the chronic illnesses that we see are lifestyle related. And of course, environmental toxins play a huge role, but also our food plays a huge role. And I should say food with a, quotation marks, because so much of it is Franken food. And if you just look at the ingredients on the box, I mean, that's just stuff we don't keep in our kitchen. It's stuff you can't grow in your yard. It's, there's just a lot of funky ingredients out there. So with that said, over the years, we have really had to find things to swap out for certain ingredients, or whether it's baking or cooking, or the oils that we use to put on what. And it really evolves and continues to evolve on a regular basis. And we are constantly changing, and we're so fortunate now that a lot of people in the food industry have gotten on the healthy, clean products and ingredients bandwagon.
Well, because the more we talk about it, the more we force them to do that, because so many of us refuse to buy that. And so we will go out of our way, and have for years gone out of our way to get cleaner products. And now it's finally, we're watching that come about, where we can go to Target and find cleaner products. We can go to Costco, and we have way more options. And so that's why if you're in the beginning of that process, we wanted to give you an episode that talked about specific brands that we've curated over these years that we've found that, are just our favorites in the kitchen, because it just saves you a lot of time of figuring that out. And label reading is time consuming in the beginning, and that takes a lot of time to figure out.
It's so important.
Yeah.
If you want one place to start there. Start label reading. And if you don't know what something is, just look it up. And it's very, so much of it, these added soy lecithins, or how you even say that, or all of those are just inflammatory.
And not to mention that, and I think we've talked about it before, but that this is not the same in other countries. Like a lot of products that we have in the States that are deemed safe are not deemed safe in other countries. So that's a huge eye opener when you start to realize one product, same brand, will make one product with certain ingredients here, and they'll make it cleaner somewhere else because they're regulated.
Yeah.
And we're not.
I mean, if you follow the Food Babe,
yeah,
I feel like Food Babe does an outstanding job of really dissecting brands, not only to swap out, but also just like calling them out. She'll show up at their headquarters. She's like, why do you have stuff that you would use in a yoga mat in the bread at Subway? Or, or it's, why does McDonald's French fries in the United States have 10 more ingredients that are so bad for you, inflammatory, than the French fries in Europe.
Yeah.
So, she does a great job of really pointing that out. So if you don't follow her, I would highly recommend just following her posts, because she will tell you how to swap things out for sure.
Yeah. She's awesome.
Strong advocate. So, with that said, there's a couple things here. It's important that you do have to put a little more effort into it, a little more thought into it. You might not be able to get everything at one store. This is something that, for a lifestyle now for 18 years, maybe grocery shopping at 3 or 4 different spaces in a week. And, we're very fortunate now to have delivery for some of these. And that has kind of been a really nice bonus. Yeah.
But you also, it becomes easier because once you know where you want certain things, like your pantry items and certain brands, then it just becomes easier, because you're going to get on and do an order for that, and that, and stock up on certain items. So, and that's kind of what we made it a list of today, was like those kinds of things, like that. Obviously fruits and vegetables, we've already, talked about that to exhaustion, about getting organic and local when you can and all that. So, but these are those pantry items, the baking stuff, the other things in your kitchen that you need to cook with, that we've kind of made a list of brands that we love. So yeah, I think for one, I'll just start out the first one for me, because I'm such a huge nut butter fan. Like literally I have it all every day, because I like, I just like bananas and apples, and I like to add protein on it. So I always have a nut butter usually on those. So Santa Cruz is the nut butter brand that we love. I just get mine from Thrive Market, and most of the things on this list we get from Thrive Market, and it gets delivered to your house, and the shipping is really quick. And
I get most of mine from Whole Foods, just because I'm there or shopping from there every week.
Yeah. I do a Thrive Market order at least, I would say, every other week. And then I try to just stock up because I don't just get, like I get my nut butter, I get my coffee, I get tampons, I get, like bathroom products, like clean products. And a lot of times they're on sale. Like lately, just recently, they were having like a big sale. And so you're paying for a wholesale subscription with them. I think it's $49 or $59 a year. You pay a year and then you get, wholesale pricing. And there is a significant, and I just found out or just realized recently they have my dog food on there. So her food I was getting on Chewy, and now I can get it on Thrive, and I was paying $99 and now it's like $72.
Oh.
So it was significant difference. So I started ordering her food from there.
It's not any different than having a Costco membership or Sam's Club membership. You're paying to get that discounted rate. And it is, like you said, I think it's 35 to 50% off.
Yeah.
The more you add of an item, the deeper discount you get too.
Yep. So I try to do my Whole Foods order and get, my produce and all that. And then I use Thrive Market for my pantry and stuff. So so Santa Cruz is the nut butter that I love.
Just to add to that real quick, because I think it's relevant, is I've been using for the last, year or two, it's called Pure PB powder. I love it. And it's kind of like it's the powder form of peanut butter. But just if you're macro counting, if you're into that with your fitness and it's just a lot less. It's you still get the little bit of protein that you get from it, but not as much fat. So it's helpful and it's super yummy. Tastes really good. And you can get the organic version at Costco in a big container. So that's like a bonus too.
Yep. For baking, we've used Enjoy Life chocolate chips forever. Basically switched to those because Christine's son Robbie can have those in baking. And they taste great. So,
dairy free, but I think top 8 allergen free.
Yeah. And they have all the different kinds, like the semi-sweet and the dark chocolate. And, and they have those at Target now too, right? Yeah.
Yep.
I usually get mine on Thrive. Nutiva, for your coconut sugar or baking products in your kitchen. Cocoa. Yep.
Cacao nibs. They have goji berries. They have a big array of superfoods.
Wholesome is another one. It has a little like pink heart on the packaging, I think. And that's a great one for like other baking needs.
Organic powdered sugar.
The great thing about even just we can list these, but the great thing about going on and finding these places to shop like Thrive Market is they've already vetted that stuff for you. So you are not having to sift through like your generic grocery store chain list of things where most of it's not safe, unfortunately. So that's why it's cool when you can find places like, and even Target these days has made a huge, I would say, effort in getting some organic brands in there. Like they're Good and Gather. Not all of it is organic, but you have to look and see and make sure it does say organic on the packaging. And then of course Costco has a lot of organic products that are that they're bringing in and out all the time. So we're lucky about that. Simply Organic, that one's been around for a while, and you can get that at Target and Thrive Market. And that's like all your spices and your vanilla.
What is that? Yeah. Spices are a big deal because they are heavily sprayed with pesticides and herbicides when they're growing them. So if they're not organic, and unfortunately, organic's not 100% foolproof either. There's a lot of loopholes now, and I just went down that rabbit hole a little bit. But it's a lot better than getting conventionally grown. So definitely be buying all of your spices in organic on your teas too. It just kind of came to mind, kind of similar in nature, but your herbal teas need to be organic as well. So make sure that is on there. And you're putting that in hot water and drinking it, and it's supposed to be healing. You don't want to have glyphosate in there with you.
Right. Can't even believe we have to have that conversation, but here we are. Simply Mills is another one that has baking product. Simple? Yeah. Simple Mills. Yeah. They have like, if you wanted to make, they have like pancake mix and stuff.
Everything. Yeah, pancake, brownies, cookies.
Banana nut muffin.
Yeah. Like pumpkin bread.
Yes.
So she started out, so that was a small company by a woman who created that. And I think she started out with 3 products, and her ingredient list is like 5, maybe 6 or less. It's pretty awesome. And you can substitute the eggs for like an egg replacer. So if you have allergies in your household, and everything is gluten-free. So that's why we buy a lot of that brand. The crackers are really good. They have really good crackers. And usually most of it is almond flour that she uses. But yeah, I don't know if that's been bought out because she's really grown. I would have to imagine that's probably a pretty big company now, but used to have to order directly from them, and now it's on Target shelves as well. So that's a great brand for sure. Still keeping it clean.
Thrive Market also has their own brand. So when I was looking in my pantry, like my taco seasoning, my flaxseed, like I said, my coffee, things like that, all are Thrive Market's brand. And so those are great. I used a lot of those.
Siete just came to mind.
Oh yeah.
Love that brand.
For taco
seasoning. And they're tortilla chips, and that's another company that started by a small family business in like New Mexico or something, I believe, and they've grown huge. I think they started making tortillas, and then now they've got all kinds of tortillas, all kinds of chips, with very minimal ingredients, using coconut and cassava flour, and tastes so good. That's another brand. It's fantastic.
Those are on Thrive Market too, aren't they?
I think so. And Target
and Whole Foods.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So when we talk about Whole Foods, like we personally don't have a Whole Foods close by us, but we are fortunate. And there's some pros and cons to this, obviously, but Amazon, they bought out Whole Foods, so they deliver to certain areas now. And I have no idea how this is possible, but we can get an Amazon delivery of our Whole Foods groceries from a Whole Foods that's 40 minutes away.
Which is crazy because we live in Linden, a small town in Linden, and Fenton can't get it. Grand Blanc can't get it.
Yeah.
So we somehow manifested that.
Yeah.
I have no doubt about it.
But yeah, so we do get our Whole Foods delivered to us. Thank the Lord.
The Almond Cow. So I've had this for a while too, and we did it so much when we were on lockdown from being able to grocery shop. So we made a lot of our own milks and almond milk, and we're definitely trying to get back into that. I do like the Khalifa brand. That's kind of what we buy now if we're in a pinch, and I know there's people that still really, really believe in the dairy raw milk and all of that. And I'm say more power to you, but it doesn't work for our family with food allergies. And so we're definitely still on the plant-based milks, and I'm getting back into making my own almond milk again. And it's so easy. The Almond Cow is such a cool, appliance, I guess, but to make your own and within a couple minutes. And then Terrasoul is a place to buy your almonds. They're not made or grown in the United States, which if you go down the rabbit hole of almonds in the United States, it's pretty bad. So there's a lot of processing, even with raw organic almonds. There's something they have to spray on them. I don't know, probably for mold or whatever, but it's pretty toxic and not great. So Terrasoul is a great company. I believe it's Spain, somewhere in Europe. And it specifically even says on their website, they don't do any of the practices that the United States does. So win for them, I guess. Sad for us. So yeah, get that Almond Cow and get some of your own almonds, coconut milk. You can use all of like the leftover shredded almonds for almond meal and create crackers and all kinds of fun stuff out of them. So protein, it's a big part of our household. My son is into the proteins. I'm into the proteins. My husband, we all love to put protein in our smoothies. And then I love a protein shake in the afternoon when you're having like any sort of craving or you're hungry or you need a snack. I might have a snack, but I also most of the time will have a protein shake. And I personally love Truvani. It's Truvani. Actually, that's the Food Babes that we mentioned earlier. That's her brand. It's not something we carry at VibeWell. It's very expensive, unfortunately, but we love it. And I love that it's 5 or 6 ingredients, depending on which one you get. And so I have a subscription for that. My whole house uses that, and it's delish. So I use the vanilla, the chocolate, and the chocolate peanut butter one. And then I also do the There's like a protein plus energy. It's like it's like 12 grams of protein and it has a little bit of coffee in it. It's a great for afternoon pick me up. Orgain is another one that we'll use and you can find at Costco. Organifi, that's another one that's on the pricier end, but really good company, great ingredients, and a whole list of products that you can get that are really beneficial superfoods and adaptogens to take daily. And yeah. Oh, anything else you want to add to protein? What do you use?
No, I use Orgain.
Okay.
Or Organifi, one of the two.
Okay.
Actually, Truvani, the only one I have is her collagen.
Okay.
But no protein. But yes, huge on the protein here too.
Yep. Orgain you can get at Costco, like I mentioned, but Organifi you have to order directly from their website. And so eggs, if you're into the eggs for breakfast, it's really important that you are getting organic and pasture raised. I know a lot of them are free range, and that's really not. It still could mean that they're free range within a barn and not seeing daylight and not being able to peck at bugs and all of that. So it's important for you to know how your eggs, or not your eggs, but your chickens are being raised and
where your eggs come from.
Mm-hmm. So locally, obviously, is best. We used to get them from Margie's pantry and she closed. And then I haven't found anyone that has local eggs yet. So anyway, Vital Farms I feel like has blown up though. They're pretty much everywhere. And you can get their organic and pasture raised eggs there at Target, veggies, Whole Foods.
Yep.
All of those. Organic frozen fruits and veggies is a staple in our house too. Veggies or frozen veggies are actually, they say a lot of times more nutritious than fresh because they are literally grown, picked, harvested, and frozen. So they maintain a lot of their nutrients in them versus a lot of our veggies that we buy at the grocery store that are traveling on a truck, which is, is what it is.
Yep.
And then organic frozen fruits, of course, for your smoothies. And
I would say Costco is a great resource for that. They have
huge bags.
The huge bags. And my husband loves the one that has it already mixed in. Like he likes the strawberry, the blueberry combo one. I'm really specific about my frozen smoothie. I don't like strawberry in it. I just want the blueberry.
I don't like strawberry in mine either.
I'm not a strawberry fan.
I'm usually, I get just a bag of blueberries.
Yeah,
I do like the raspberries and blackberries that are in that mixture, but a lot of times they take the big giant strawberries, take up all the space.
Yeah. So I'm kind of, we're picky about our smoothies.
I don't know why. It's weird. I mean, strawberries are great for you.
Right.
I don't know what it is.
And I love strawberries.
Yeah.
So it's weird. I just don't like them in my smoothie.
Yeah.
Yep. And then for the dog, I already said Honest Kitchen, but you use
the Farmer's Dog. Yeah.
So I think that's a great brand too.
Yeah. Love that one. That's another subscription. Basically, it comes once a month for us, and it's all frozen.
Yep. So I think that's it. That's our a good
list of things.
Yeah, and all these links are on our VibeWell website under favorites page, and we just keep adding to that. So if you're ever wondering what we're talking about and want a link, that it's usually on that page. If it's not, let us know and we'll add it. And and
if you have anything else that you're looking to swap out that you're unsure of, then let us know. I think it goes without saying brand wise that we're not soda drinkers. We're not processed juice drinkers. It's water for us, water, tea. I like to put the electrolyte salts into my water and amino acids into my water after a workout. So just if you're looking to change one thing this year and soda's in your diet, highly recommend getting that out of your diet. It's just so many things that goes wrong when you drink soda. And there are ways that you can cut, like kombucha is a great swap for soda. If you're really trying to cut something out and crowd it out, that's a great way to crowd out pop, is just having some kombucha on hand, not high in sugar, like lower in sugar kombuchas. So with that said, all of these things, we're always in our kitchen. It's a staple, but meal prepping and meal planning is just as important as what you have in your kitchen, because it does help you to stay on track with your nutrition goals and having something readily available that's healthy when you're starving. And so that's usually when we tend to crave higher carbohydrate, sugary laden foods, is when we're super hungry and we don't have something quick to have. So prepping on a Sunday, and then again, maybe prepping on Wednesday and doing a little bit of grocery shopping both days and planning out your meals, having things ready. I love to, like in the summer, I don't do it as much now that it's cold, but I always grilled like 8 chicken breasts on a Sunday, or I'd do it on like a Monday at lunchtime and grill a bunch of chicken breasts, and I'd have it for the whole entire week to add to everything that I would make. And same with once you get your produce in, wash it all, cut it all up and have it ready to go, so that when you are at dinner time, all you have to do is grab out the lettuce and grab out the carrots, and it's all just kind of washed and ready. Do I do this 100% of the time? No, just depends on, what that looks like for those days, but I try, and I can tell you 100% of the time when I do it, it's more successful than when I don't.
And I love to do crock pot and soup right now in the winter time, because I feel like we can get a couple days worth of meals out of it. And it just is so much easier to do one time cooking and then stick it in the fridge and have it for a couple days. So 100% love to do crock pots and soups, and tons of great recipes on Pinterest. So that's kind of our go-to. That's definitely our go-to for just like quick, go find a recipe and have it there. But I was also going to say one more thing about that. Oh shoot, I just lost it.
Well, I was going to add to your crock pot thing anyway. So one of the things I love to do on Tuesdays, or whatever day we're going to do tacos, because it's usually once a week, is throw all the chicken into a crock pot in the morning, put some water in it, and put your taco seasoning in it, and you let it just slowly cook for the whole day. And by the time you're ready to eat, you shred it up, and it's just so yummy and delicious. Again, make extra so you have some for next day's salad, or when I have it left over, I will make quesadillas for the kids when they get home from school, quick taco or whatever. So, but that is a great crock pot meal. Like literally open the package, throw your chicken in there, put some water in there with the seasoning, and done by the time you get home. So I love that little life hack.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Okay, it just reminded me. What I was thinking was, when you start to have your go-to places to order all these different products and you just have them on hand, it just makes it easier to grab and know that you have good quality things in your pantry, instead of having to run to the store, because I don't like to have to run to the store because I don't trust what I can get there. Mm-hmm. And then I feel like you're not always able to get like the cleanest version. So that's why it's great to start to know these brands, which ones are trustworthy, have them on hand, have some backstock, and then you'll have what you need there to create a meal. And it saves you from grabbing things that aren't, like having to run to the store and grab a product that may not have ingredients on there that are great. Mm-hmm. So another little tidbit.
Yeah. And it just kind of brought me to thinking, like, of course, if you are having dairy, make sure it's organic. And we do that VioLife cheese, and I don't have dairy. My son doesn't have dairy. He loves that cheese and the cream cheese. We make grilled cheeses with it now. So delicious. Also has shredded cheese, and veggies is now carrying that. So that's pretty awesome, because he loves that cheese. It all melts just like regular cheese. It's come a long way. Are they the best ingredients? They're pretty darn okay, but they're, of course, it's manufactured cheese. So
yeah.
We kind of deal with that one, but it does taste really good. If you're a dairy-free person, that brand is great.
Okay. Well, reach out if you have any questions. drinkjuice@vibewell.com. And of course, on our social media, on our Instagram is VibeWell Lifestyle. And
you can have us at your fingertips if you want to join our membership group.
Yes.
That is so much fun. And we do 2 Zooms a month in our membership group. It's only $22, right? Yeah, $22 a month. Yep. That's a very small investment, considering you're getting about 2 hours a month of our tidbits and our coaching, and access to us at any time. You can be as active or as inactive in the group as you want to be. And it's just like a great little private group to talk about all things wellness, from mind, body, soul, stress, nutrition, meditation,
The whole shebang.
The whole kit and caboodle that we like to go down. So, join us over there, and all the information's on our website, vibewell.com, if you want more, or reach out, like Jen mentioned, at drinkjuice.com if you want more information. Thanks for sticking it out with us till the very end. And like we said, if you have any other questions or if you're looking to swap something out, just send us a message and we'll help you out. Talk
Bye-bye.
soon.
Thanks again, friends, for joining us today on our latest podcast episode. We love sharing this with you. So please share the love if you feel called to all your friends and family.
And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. You don't want to miss out on what we're going to talk about next. It's always so juicy.
And of course, you can find us on social, Instagram, Vibe Well Lifestyle, and Vibe Well on Facebook. Love y'all.
And if you're in town, make sure you stop by and see us at Vibe Well too.
Yeah, we would love to see your cute face.
See you soon.
Bye.